to the tireless efforts of every single Beaconer here, I think that our work is gaining the recognition that it really truly deserves, and I hope you all feel that. But tonight we're going to hear from students who represent a very wide range of the Beacon. You're going to hear from not only writing and sports, but digital, photography, and design as well. Because a newspaper is more than just the writing.
I'm Lindsay. As you guys know, I'm the design editor of the Daily Beacon, and this is behind the design. So when I design, I have it in 3 stages. The first stage is graphics that demand attention. I think in our day and age, everyone is a little attention deficit, and we all are on our phones, so having a paper that really grabs your attention, that demands people to read it, that's what I really strive for. All of our pages are white. They're stark white, text is Merriweather, and they all look very similar. There's obvious differences, but I wanted something that felt so, oh, this is out of place in our paper, to really allude to the fact that this is not something that we wrote. I chose this font that gave very alarm clock doomsday feels to it, but was still easy enough to read on the black background. We highlighted all words in this issue with red, or relating to freedom with red, to make them really stand out and like say, this is our issue. And then I added these, because we had all of this black space on the sides and I didn't want to extend the text box outwards because I wanted it all to fit at the bottom. I drew up these little barbed wire graphics to kind of show that like they're in bars, they're encaged, they're there. Every font has a purpose, and I would like to say rest in peace to our old-fashioned Merriweather headlines. Okay, this is our broadsheet. I'm gonna go through my colophon of fonts with you because it's my nerdery and I thought you guys would like it too.
Okay, hi, my name is Cambree Gliessner, and I want to tell you guys a little bit about being a photographer at the Beacon, because I kind of feel like we're like hidden in like the basement of the Beacon and like nobody knows what we do. So I started my first week. I'm now a senior. This is my last semester, which is so sad. I started small with the Beacon, but I've gotten to do some really cool things since. I've done playoff basketball, done lots of football, gotten to meet like some pretty cool people. And now that I'm a senior and it's my last semester, I've actually done every sport at UT, which is pretty cool. And I wanted to tell you about one of those sports that I've done. But there were some challenges with March Madness. The second photo is us getting back to our hotel room at 2 o'clock in the morning after the Virginia game, so that was a lot of fun. And then this first one is my biggest challenge. It's sitting in the second row of the baseline, where you have giant cameras in front of you and they're all following the same action as you, so you turn to shoot the ball, but they want to shoot the ball too. And if you know anything about basketball, there's always a ref running around on the baseline, so you also get to shoot around him. So I do have a lot of pictures of refs' pants, if they want those. I would say that you need to find your people when you're in the sports world, or just in the media world in general. Like I said, a lot of times it feels like people don't want you there, or the room wasn't made for you, or maybe you aren't the kind of person that they think should be doing this job.
Hi, my name is Tom Fortner. I'm a senior. I study English and cinema, and I am on the digital team. Just a short plug, I run the cinema club on campus, and we watch movies every Wednesday. So if you like movies, you should come to that. We do 2 things on the digital team. First is website maintenance. And so we were brought on for the new website because there's so many new options and new things that we can do. We kind of need some specialists for the backside of the website. And so if we need to like correct some photos or move some sections around, that sort of thing, that's the task that we're given. But we're also tasked with enhancing the digital presence of the Daily Beacon. And so we do that in 2 ways. That is through visual supplementation of the content that you guys create, the Daily Beacon creates, and also through new methods of engagement. What was your favorite 2016 trend?
Oh, like the side part? Oh God, I don't know.
No, that was a good answer, good job, you can go. Did you see how I bit down? I'm a senior, and so this is my last semester.
So before I get into the nitty-gritty, I wanted to kind of introduce myself. I'm a freshman, so I thought it was important that everyone knew a little bit of my background. I'm a journalism and media major with a sports comm communication, and I'm also a piccolo player in the Pride the Southland marching band. So the story I'm going to focus on today is a legacy story on Wes Rucker, who was a legendary Vols beat writer for a bunch of different outlets across East Tennessee. And I chose to cover this because of my personal interactions with Wes. I met him for the first and only time on opening day for Vol baseball less than a week before his passing, and I just remember I was sitting next to him and we were joking around and talking for most of the game. And I could tell how much he loved his work and loved his family, which are two of the biggest values I hold dear in my life. So I knew upon hearing the tragic news that this was something I wanted to pursue.
All right, hi everyone, my name is Margaret White, and I'm here to talk to you about being a writer for the Beacon. So, a little bit about me. I am a news arts staff writer. I am also a freshman. So then I got assigned the Taco Bell story, which some of you may know about, but Patrick said in a meeting, you've written about construction before, try writing about this Taco Bell that's being built on the Strip. They pushed it back again. And the relief that came when it was finally open and it was time to write the review of the inside of the Taco Bell, oh my gosh. And while the story was so crazy, it was definitely my biggest learning experience so far as a student journalist, because it made me realize, wow, I can actually do this. I can write impactful news, I can cover big stories, I can cover impactful stories, and I can do it in a way that reaches a large audience and gets people interested, and it's probably what made me want to apply to be a staff writer.